Good morning, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone you might be in at this moment in time. I am in the European time zone, and I'm zooming in, YouTubing in from Tuscany in Italy. You hear the church bells, and there was a bit of a hiccup with internet. So started the YouTube a bit late, but right now we're right on time, 7 a.m. California time, 4 p.m. Italian time. So it's wonderful to see you, wonderful to sit with you. I'm excited to be teaching this week, supporting Gail and being away, supporting the Sangha. And I'm excited about the theme this week. And the theme is the theme of concord and harmony. And we'll flow this week with teachings about friendship, Kalyāṇamittatā. Uh, how are we a good friend for others? Friendship, those aspects of harmony, harmony in community, in friendships, in relationships. The relational aspect. I know that Gil has been teaching for many weeks now on samadhi, very dear to my heart. And when he comes back, he'll teach about vipassana. And here, now I figured we'll bring in some of the relational aspects um, of practice this week together because they're very, very important. As the Buddha said, spiritual friendship is not half of the holy life. I'll talk about this more. It's not half of the spiritual life. It's the entire, it's 100% of spiritual life, of this practice. So I'll say a lot more, of course. Well, 15 minutes worth of a Dharmette, but let's land together. Let's arrive together, dear Sangha, dear community, coming together from so many different places in the world. It's lovely to see all the hellos coming in. Warms my heart, especially as I mentioned, I'm far away from home. So it's very sweet to connect to Sangha in this way. It's the first time I'm teaching while I'm away internationally. So with that, I want to invite all of us to feel our connection, feel our connection, to feel our connection to one another. We belong to one another, and we belong to this earth. Inviting ourselves to arrive and to settle in our body, to feel the connection of our feet. If we're sitting in a chair, to feel the connection of our feet with the earth. I'm here on this earth. Wherever I am on this earth, I am home. I belong, earth. Feeling the sense of connection, allowing your body to relax, to land. To feel the land wherever you are, to feel the air. It's nourishing your lungs wherever you are. Inviting ourselves to land, to settle. With each in breath and each out breath, more fully, or fully into the body, to the earth. Earth on earth, this body, earth element on earth. Whatever is arising in this moment in the mind and the heart, can we gently lay it down just for a moment? Allow ourselves to be nourished simply by being alive, by being breathed. Can this be enough? More than enough. Plenty. Simply to be alive in the midst of the full catastrophe. Release, release, release what is not needed. Release what is not needed. There's so much that is not needed. We'll settle for a few more minutes with the body, sense of the body and the breath before I invite the reflection. Oh, let's keep settling. Continuing to settle, to release any tension in the body. Release thoughts, preoccupations that are just not needed right now. Thank you. I'll come back to you later. Dropping in into the heart, to the body, to the earth. Feeling the deliciousness of just being here. The joy of presence. So simple. Feeling our belly, our sit bones, our feet, our hands, our breath in our belly. Now I would like to invite us as a way to brighten our heart and mind, to drop in this reflection into our heart, into our belly, our abdomen, as if dropping a pebble in a pond, in a body of water, not into our heads. This is not a heady reflection, but drop it in, see what happens. Not to think about this reflection, but drop it in. Let yourself be silent. Let it resonate. And the reflection is this: bringing to heart a friend or a benefactor who has been there for you at some point in your life, who has supported you through their presence, their kindness, their guidance. Perhaps if you're considering a benefactor, they've protected and guided you. Or if a good friend, the Kalyāṇamittatā, I'll say more about that later, a good friend, they've been there for you with their heart, with their full presence, with kindness, reflecting your own goodness. Dropping this reflection into your heart and listening for what arises. Just sitting with what arises, not making stories, not thinking, but just sitting with the goodness, with the gladness, with the gratitude of what arises, with this connection. Let the goodness of this being, this person, at that point in your life, to brighten your heart, the nourishment of friendship, of connection. Simply this, and sit with this brightness, with your breath. Breathing in, breathing out, grounded in the body, in the heart. Breathing in the goodness of this being, breathing out with joy, sharing the goodness of this being, as if you're spreading this gladness of the heart with the world, as if you're silently shouting through your breath, "Dear world, what a beautiful human being. What a beautiful connection." And if your heart has a tendency to go towards the negative, bring it back. You can do this. Bring it back. Stay. Stay with relishing the good. Not all the ways that people have failed, etc. Stay with the good. There is lots of good always. Notice if the goodness of this connection, this gratitude, this brightness of this heart, this heart to heart connection can spread, can be felt throughout your body. Be patient. If you notice different friends want to come into your heart space, that's okay. But spend time with each friend. A good while, not jumping from one to the next to the next. Spend time with them in your heart. Welcome them. Appreciate their goodness. Sit. Sit in their goodness, their brightness, their kindness, their generosity, their care. And if your heart starts to close, "Oh, I don't deserve this." Yes, you do. We all do. It's hard enough being human. Don't get in your own way. And as we turn to bring this sit to a close together, appreciating whoever came up in your heart as good friend or good friends, benefactor, benefactors, appreciating the connection, the goodness in this world that you've been privy to, you've been a part of. You've been a recipient, you've been a co-creator, receiving kindness, giving kindness, presence. Resting in this goodness, whatever arose, for another beat, and also appreciating whatever arose, even if the opposite arose. It's okay. It's exactly what needed to arise in this moment. Can I be okay? Can I release? Can I relax around how things have come to be in this moment? Not fighting, not resisting. Embracing, opening my heart wide to embrace whatever is, whatever has come to be, born of causes and conditions. Can there be goodness in this moment? Appreciating being in community, sitting in community in this moment. And appreciating yourself for having showed up, having been a good friend to yourself, a benefactor to yourself, to have brought yourself here to this practice period. So much goodness. Kalyana. So much goodness. Kusala. So much goodness, beauty, wholesomeness. Appreciating yourself. Appreciating one another. Appreciation. May all beings benefit from the fruit of my practice in ways I cannot fathom. May all beings be well. May all beings be free. And since I don't have, oh, wow, here's a bell. Okay, there's the church bell for the very end of our practice. How perfect is that? I don't know if that came through or if it got cut, but ding, ding, ding. So I'm going to pause the recording for a moment and switch. Hmm. Oh, hello, friends from around the world. And if you joined us late or very late, welcome. And as I mentioned, I'm in Tuscany now. I'm in Italy. It's in the afternoon and had some challenges with internet earlier, and hopefully it's smooth now. You haven't lost me, I haven't lost you. Yay! So much gratitude. This is good. So, so for today's theme, I'd like to speak a bit. I'd like to expand on the power of spiritual friendship, Kalyāṇamittāā. So in the Buddha's dispensation and the sasana, the cultivation of virtue and wisdom is inseparable from nurturing of wise companionship. And spiritual friendship is not merely support, but it's the entire holy life. It's the entirety of this path. It's the entirety of this path. And as this beautiful story goes, Ananda, who was the Buddha's attendant and cousin, one day he approaches the Buddha and remarks, "Admirable friendship is half of the holy life." And the Buddha corrects him and says, "Not so, Ananda, not so. This is the entire holy life." When a practitioner has admirable friends, companions, and comrades, it is to be expected that they will develop and cultivate the Noble Eightfold Path. And it makes sense, right? It's not. It's so beautiful. I love the way Ananda comes and says, "Oh, it's half of it, right? It's 50%." It's like, no, no, no. It's the entire thing. It's spiritual friendship. It's good friendship. It's wholesomeness of whom we associate with. And modern research, psychological research, aligns with this. And there's a longitudinal study that shows that social connection is the most powerful predictor of mental health, of even mortality, much more than success and fame and various other aspects. So there's a wholesomeness to connection, to good connection. And right companionship isn't just helpful, it is vital for our life, even for survival, for us to live. And the study, by the way, also talks about mortality, that those without a lack of connections, social connections, also, um, it correlates with shorter lifespan, not as much health, etc. And it makes sense. We know this. We don't need research to tell us this, but yet it's so interesting for me also how the teachings of the Buddha about how important connection is, how important it is, because in practice we go towards meditation, silent meditation. Oh yes, silent meditation. Yeah, that's of course silent meditation is so important in the context of connection, spiritual friendships. They are not just 50% of the path, they're 100% of the path. Wow. So, Kalyāṇamittāā, uh, Kalyana, the word Kalyana means beautiful, virtuous, and Mittatā means friendship. So, Kalyāṇamittāā, beautiful, virtuous friendship. It's this beautiful term that you might have heard in the teachings. It's an elevated bond. That's not just friendship of, oh, let's go for a walk. The walks are nice, but it's elevated. This kind of friendship is elevated to foster ethical and spiritual growth. And again, in studies show that there is emotional co-regulation, that we unconsciously regulate our emotional state through trusted relationships, there is mutual attunement that calms our nervous system and strengthens our resilience. So this attunement uh, that this emotion, deep emotional attunement, is part of the gift of Kalyāṇamittāā, of this rich, beautiful, virtuous friendships. And so in Buddhist terms, one can say that spiritual friends buffer us from afflictive emotions and steady our minds on the path. Isn't that beautiful? To consider that there are many benefits that spiritual friendships offer. We'll talk more about it this week. And of course, our role in it too, we'll talk about that too. To consider that it's a buffer from afflictive emotions, that good friends, good, virtuous, ethical friends support us, bring us back, bring us back. They inspire us. They support us through modeling, through their presence, through their own goodness. And and there is this what's called the soil principle. We grow in accordance to our environment. We grow. We're like these seeds that we grow in accordance to our environment, just as a plant needs fertile soil and good conditions to flourish. A practitioner also needs an environment of virtue, wisdom, and kindness. In Majjhima Nikaya 995, in the Chanki Sutta, it highlights the importance of proximity to the wise. So the Buddha says, when one approaches, associates with, and attends upon the wise, one gains faith or trust, energy, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. Isn't that beautiful? I'll read it again. When one approaches, associates with, and attends upon the wise, one gains trust, energy, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. And similarly, modern research supports that social contagion, research on social contagion reveals that our attitudes, our behaviors, and emotional states spread through the network, even unconsciously. Wow, right? So much responsibility. So again, social contagion, and this study is by Fowler and Tritakis in 2008. The title of it is Dynamic Spread of Happiness in a Large Social Network. It's a longitudinal study over 20 years. That then they found that happiness and unhappiness spreads through social groups up to 3 degrees of separation. And if they could only test up to 3 degrees of separation. So your friends, your friends' friends. So if you became happier, if your happiness level, your emotional state shifted, not just your friends, but your friends' friends and their friends, 3 degrees out, there was impact. So there's emotional contagion 3 levels out. And if they could have measured further out, I bet, I'm willing to bet they would have seen influence on the social contagion, which is why, when we, at the end of the practice, when we dedicate the merit to the well-being of all beings everywhere in ways we cannot fathom, in ways we cannot imagine, it's not just those 3 levels out, but it's the contagion, many, many layers out. When we're cultivating kindness, peacefulness, care, stability, equanimity, wisdom, it ripples. It ripples through the network. And the the see, how much time do I have? maybe I'll share this as well. And then the Buddha offers this metaphor of milk and water, the image of blending harmoniously. In Anguttara Nikaya 854, the Buddha praises two monks and says, just as milk and water, when poured together, blend inseparably, so too they dwell, blending like milk and water, regarding each other with kindly eyes. I love that. Regarding each other with kindly eyes. Regarding each other with kindly eyes. So there are other places in the suttas when the simile is not mixing like water and oil, but this is milk and water, and they mix beautifully. So and also again in psychological research, there is studies that there's interpersonal synchronies such as shared joy, shared laughter, coordinated movements, emotional resonance that foster profound feelings of unity and trust, profound feelings of unity and trust. So like milk and water, as the Buddha talks about. So, just as milk and water blend seamlessly, harmonious Sangha life can arise when hearts and action move in resonance and we see ourselves and each other with kindly eyes. And there's a lot more to say about this, which I'd like to unpack over the next few days. There's a lot more to say about this. So, I want to leave us with a few reflective questions, given that we have about a minute. So, who has been milk to your water, blending seamlessly with kindness, offering stability and protection? I invited us to bring an image of our benefactor or good friend and allow their presence to really, their goodness, to bring gratitude, to bring light to our hearts. And I was enjoying this meditation so much myself. I so needed it. It's just so lovely to sit in that brightness of goodness of another being's kindness and generosity. Here's another couple of reflections. How has the association with virtuous friends, Kalyāṇamittatā, opened the path of Dharma for me? How has association with virtuous friends opened the path of Dharma for me? And here's the last one. The bells are coming again. I think you can hear them. You can let me know. I don't know how much the noise cancellation takes that out, but you can put it in chat. They're really coming now. Here's the last reflection. In what ways can I offer the qualities of Kalyāṇamittatā to others today? In what ways can I offer the qualities of good friendship, virtuous, kind, beneficent friendship to others today? So that's my invitation for today. Thank you so much, dear Sangha, for joining from all around. Oh, yeah, you cannot hear the bells. Oh, okay. That's a pity. I tell you what, maybe what I'll do is just for the fun of it. Can I? No bells. Okay, well, hold on. Let's see, just for the fun of it, I can turn off. Here we go. Now you can hear it. I just turned on the musician original sound, so I think you can hear some bells now. Anyway, thank you all. Thank you so much for joining. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be a good friend, Kalyāṇamittatā, to yourself and to others today. Be well. See you tomorrow at the same time.